Hi guys, this is Cash and I'm checking in with you from Frankfurt, Germany with Ignite Thermogenic Fat Burner. This is my little secret to keeping lean and having good energy throughout my busy days while I travel. So I want you guys to be sure to check out Ignite, especially if you're trying to get yourself in shape for this summer. Oh, Ignite is gonna get you into bikini body shape. You know, I gotta show you guys a bit of what's going on. Ignite is gonna help you get the results that you want. You're gonna love this product. I certainly do. So I'll put the link down below for the website. Be sure to check them out on Instagram and use my promo code to get great discounts. Check in with you guys soon.
All right, momos and fuckos, welcome. This here is Chaos Nutrition Old School Training, all right? And chaosnutrition.com, go there for your supplement needs. And if you ever see them at an expo, they're like the new 5%. The way they're the same guys that were with 5%, with Rich Piana, and now they got their own thing going. And if I'm ever at an expo, that's the booth I'm going to be at, okay? So, well, I'm going to sneeze here. Hold on. I think I got it. All right. Yeah. All right. So, anyway. So, that's the deal with that. All right? Chaos Nutrition. Now, listen to me. Some of you guys, you know, the election and the bullshit that's happening, we're not going to really get into that. I'm going to school you, okay, and talk a smack. So, we're not going to really talk about that here, but I get a few guys on the last video too, even on the training video. Some of you guys think you're funny with some of your fucking comments because you don't agree with me politically, and that's fine. But when you attack me, you can go fuck yourself, and you can do it to my face, number one. Number two, unsubscribe, please, because we don't want you here. If you're gonna be like a fucking momo, I'm not gonna fucking attack anybody who doesn't believe the same shit politically as I do, okay? But if you're going to start attacking me, calling me names, just saying I'm fucking this, I'm fucking that, go fuck yourself, okay? Fuck you and a horse you rode in on. There you go. We'll get more into that and talk a smack. But right now, as you all know, I used to be the... Can you see there? There's a light fucking... I think I'm in a shadow. I don't even know. Whatever. Oh, Paul DeMeo, right there, my boy. God rest his soul. If he was here to see some of the shit that's going on now, I don't think he'd believe it. But, alright. So some of you know, I used to work for Muscular Development magazine, okay, for many years, for 15 years, alright? And, I was the top columnist, Random Freak. Now, this, let's see which year this is here, by the way. This is an older one. This is August 1978. But this is Muscular Development magazine. The same MD, see? MD. Muscular Development magazine. His name is Doug Beaver. All right. Now, This is the same magazine that became Muscular Development, the same magazine that I worked for. But back then it was kind of owned by Bob Hoffman. It wasn't kind of, it was owned by Bob Hoffman and York Barbell. And look at these barbell ads. All right, let's check this out, okay? Because this was a great magazine. Do you remember all this shit they would sell, like, look at the bench head. Look, there's a bench they want you to buy. Now all this shit, you see these home gym things, but look at that. It's a basic bench. And then you got all these fucking ads they used to have in the back. By posing trunks, special shoes just to work out in. Hold on, we gotta get better than that. But I used to love this magazine. This is one of my favorite magazines, you know? Remember this? The York Barbell Chest Flex Crusher. Do you remember that? Look, see? Look, York. The Crusher. I tell you what, I had like 3 or 4 of those fucking things. And the Bullworker. Remember the Bullworker? I had that. Look, I love, this was one of my favorites right here. The high protein. It tasted like chalk, right? But I love fucking chalky shit, so I actually like that. Oh shit, my girlfriend sold mine, but I had, you know, the belt, the one at the Schwarzenegger, right there, okay? He used to use one of those sometimes. Look at the old leg press leg extension. This is Roger Callard, right there. Look at that. Look at that leg extension. You ever use one of those? I have. Back when I was younger, that's all they had. See, today with all the funky equipment with you guys, forget about it. Is that Annabelle Lopez? I think it is. But I mean, like, let me show you. Hold on. Simmer down. Relax. Like, you know, here's more of the protein stuff. But anyway, more of the high protein. This is your magazines, bro. This is what went on to be Muscular Development. That's Dave, by the way, if you're asking me, that's Dave Johns. I don't know if you remember him. He was a Mr. America. He passed away a while ago. But, Dennis Tenorino. But when you see these old bodybuilding ads and old bodybuilding pictures, it kind of makes you, like, you get that old school feeling. But they even had powerlifting stuff in here. You know, like, wait, let me see, I just passed it. They had all powerlifting stuff, okay? And then they had, like, the powerlifting rankings and all that shit, which was pretty cool. Is that my friend? Holy shit. No, I think I'm like, I can't see his name. But, you know, this is the way it was. George Efferman, all these fucking different people, you know what I mean? Look, this is old school bodybuilding. The bodybuilding that you people know today, that's what it became. I'm going to show you another one of Muscular Developments. Ah, fuck shit. I dropped them on the floor, and then my girlfriend's going to be fucked up because they start bending a bit. Look, these things are in excellent condition, by the way. Okay? Here's another York Bell. But this is the ad I always remember as a kid. I always remember this ad. Okay, when I was young. Alright, I used to want all that barbell shit. Wait a minute. Look. You see that? Those are barbell shoes, dumbbell shoes. You put the fucking weights on. That's how some guys did legs. Here's the cover, by the way. Okay? And this guy couldn't even win a teenage fucking Westchester over here. This is 1977. March and April of 1977. Say March and April. Alright, but anyway. Like, Muscular Development also had a sister magazine, or brother magazine, called Strength and Health. And I have a ton of those too. But look at the barbell sets. You used to buy these. These are like kits. I remember I used to sit there and just write down all this info, and I wanted those kits, you know what I mean? Muscle Mart, you know? This bench inclined, I remember thinking, oh my god, I gotta get one of those, man. That inclines. Look at that. Remember those? You old school guys, you remember, you young guys were like, what the fuck's he showing us? I don't give a shit about that. That's the, you know. Dude, look at this. Simple thing like this, a preacher bench. Look at that. That's your preacher bench right there. That's old school preacher bench. My father was a commercial artist, so I used to use his artist bench like this, you know. It was not a bench, it's an artist table, you know. They're working like that. He has a bunch of them. But, you know, it's old school shit, man. I love that shit. Let's see here. Ron Bork. I mean, these are old school guys. You old school guys might remember some of these guys, but, you know, it took a 1977 here. Most people don't even know what the fuck, you know what I mean? But they also had a lot of Olympic stuff. They had tributes and shit, you know. I love all this, you know. Look at the York, you know, the York barbell lads again, you know what I mean? I love all this shit. You know, this is just me. Look, this is how old school guys would train. They would do sissy squats and shit like that with, you know, with weights, holding weights in their hands and stuff. You know, it was crazy. Is that a sissy squat that he's doing here? Oh, he used to say hack squat, but still, he made a hack squat. If you look close, he's squatting and there's a wood block angled. So he made it himself, and I guess he's holding the weights there. That's fucking crazy, bro. Alright, and let me show you one more, because I don't want to spend too much time on this shit. Alright, right here, look. Right here, Muscle Mag. Now, when you look at this, I don't even know what year this is. Hold on. Oh, I don't even fucking know. It doesn't say what year it was. Cost $1.25 though. But this has got to be mid to early 70s. It has that look. Look at the guys. Wait, look at the guy and the girl. And then they got the fucking, what do you call it? The fucking tiger. What is that? Leopard? Leopard there. Okay? The guy and the girl. Look at that. The leopard. That was a big thing. Remember Lou Ferrigno in the movie Pumping Iron with the tiger or whatever the fuck that was? Look at. Oh shit, do you remember this? How to pick up girls and shit. Remember? Do you guys remember this ad? Look at that. Wait, where is it? There. Look at that. Remember that? Fucking shit. How to pick up girls. Oh my god. How to pick up girls. Then you got that book. How to pick up girls. Dude, you're a bodybuilder. You're pathetic. You gotta fucking do that shit. Frank Zane, bro. Look at that shit. Look at that. Look at Frank Zane. How good does that look right there? That's a beautiful physique. Dude, that's an amazing physique. Steve Reeves had his own program back then. You could buy Steve Reeves programs. I remember going through this. You couldn't wait. We wanted to buy everybody's programs. This shit was great. Dale Adrian, he was in Mr. America. Look what he looks like. Okay, that's Dale Adrian, Mr. America. I think he was 1975 or 76. 76, I think. He was Mr. America. I could be wrong, though. You know? And look, who is this? Is that fucking... That's not Steve Reeves. I can't even see who the fuck that is. You know, it probably tells you what it's like. But look, this is the old school muscle man. Look at what that looks like. That's old school. That was considered a muscle man. Look at that. You know, that was in the movies. Muscle men in the movies. Look. You know? Movie muscle men. So, anyway. Alright. I don't know why. You know I have a thing about this. These cards that you fill out to fucking get the magazine. You know? Alright, they had all book courses and shit that you can get. You know, these pages are yellow, are like made out of almost like newspaper, so it's kind of yellowed and shit. It's not that they're bad, but they're just, you know what I'm saying? Dan Lurie wrote that article. Yet this is Muscle Mag. Look at Frank Zane right here, guys. Look. Ready? Look at that. Look at that. That's Frank Zane, guys. Look at that. Look at that physique. Look at that physique. Anyway, alright. Some of you guys might not like it because he's not super jacked. That's not Big Rammy. But let me tell you something. That would kill him in his show. Let's get busy. First question. One of our regulars here, Tom Tuttle, wants to know. Got the clipboard, okay? So Tom Tuttle wants to know. Should I sodium load before a show? Sodium loading. For a show, and then he wrote sodium loading. I get what should you sodium load. Listen. Whoa, what did I just do? I don't know. Why does that look different? Whatever. Listen. Dave Plumbo believes in not doing anything. Okay, as far as sodium loading goes, I don't think he believes in sodium loading. I could be wrong, but I remember talking to him about it. And I think that he says, don't sodium load and then, you know, just deplete the last day. I think it works a little bit better by sodium loading in a different way. Follow me on this. And I learned this from two people. Vinnie Comerford, God rest his soul. You know, his brother Matt Comerford used to train at my gym with me. And I know Vinnie very well from the 80s. It was a long time. And he was a good guy, okay? And Tanya Knight. And I know Tanya, I remember going out with Tanya Knight. We were all going out to eat and everything like that. And she would go in, we would be in a diner, you know, and she would take out, she had a salt shaker in her pocketbook. Okay, now this is the off season. She did this. She would take the salt, a little bit of salt, and even put a little bit in her water, and slightly salt her food. Just a little, and that's it. Okay? And she did that, because I remember her saying to me, well, I'm getting my body, used to so much sodium that it's also converting a lot of it to potassium, it's because our sodium levels were high, and your body struggles to maintain homeostasis, which is normality. So if you take in a lot of salt, your body will go into a potassium sparing mode, and it can actually convert some of that salt into potassium. But listen to what I'm telling you. So I'm asking her, but why would you do that now? You're not even near a show. She said I would do this all the way up to a show, okay, and then pull it out the last day. So basically she's almost saying the same thing Palumbo's saying, but she was saying if she ate salt all year round, eventually, at first, when you first start salting your food, you feel bloated. You feel like, you eat water bloat and everything. But then your body adapts to that, and you're no longer bloated, but the salt is there. And it's the slightest little sprinkle. It's not loading where you're like fucking, she wasn't doing that. But even the slightest little, tiniest little pinch, like this, in the water. She even told me, she can't even really taste it. But it's there, all right? And her body would adapt to that high level, and she actually didn't even hold water. So then the last couple days, I think it's actually the day, I'm not sure with her, but I know with Vinny Comerford, he used to do the same fucking thing. As a matter of fact, he used to tell me that sodium also gives you the pump, which is true, all right? He would actually put salt on his hand and then lick it the day of his show, and he said but he would have no fluids, so it actually felt like it went into the muscles. It was really, he had this whole unique thing that he used to do. Okay, but hold on with that for a second. Let me just put that in the back burner. If I'm correct, okay, I know that Tanya Knight used to do it all the way up till literally like the day before the show, halfway. Let's say if the show's on Saturday, on Friday during the day, she would start cutting down the sodium and stop it. So it would take almost like a full 24-hour cycle to the body's like, holy shit, what are we doing? Because we're kind of dumping sodium and kind of balancing it out with our potassium, converting some to potassium sparing the whole bit. And now it almost worked like a diuretic by doing that. You know what I mean? Because she just went at this, stopping the sodium. Because her body's used to it. You can't just do it for 2 weeks, start sodium loading for 2 weeks out, and then put salt the shit out of everything you eat, and then fucking do it, then cut it out till last day or so. It doesn't work well like that. It works much better if you slightly salt. She put salt in everything, but slight, so minute that it was there, but she really couldn't taste it, she used to say. She actually carried the salt shaker in her pocket. So, the point I'm trying to make is I think it works better if you, minutely sodium load your food throughout the whole time. So your body adapts to an actual higher level of sodium. Not really high, just a little bit. Do you understand the difference, what I'm trying to tell you? A little bit. If you took a fucking 8-ounce glass of water and you took a small, minute little pinch, that and just dropped it in it, you wouldn't even mix it, you wouldn't even taste it, but it's there, okay? So she claimed that once she pulled it out, rock hard. And I've tried it myself and it does work, and I know a lot of people do it like that, and I've helped people and it does work, okay? As far as the licking the hand of sodium, like what I said that Vinnie Comerford used to do, he would do that shit the day of the show. He would restrict his fluids, but he would actually lick his hand and get fluids, and he would get sugary fluids in a little bit, sometimes like applesauce. I know that Lee Haney used to use sherbet, orange, like a sherbet ice cream, because it's a thicker syrup. The sugar and the salt would pull it into the muscle, actually, but would pull the sodium with it into the muscle, and you would actually get fucking fuller on it, okay? But he wouldn't drink the fluid, the water, okay? Wouldn't be drinking the distilled water. He would actually do it the opposite way. Listen. There's some of you guys who be like, oh, that's wrong, that's no good, oh my God. Simmer down. You got to try it. You got to experiment. The only way you're going to be able to do this is if you try experiment beforehand and see how it works for you. The best way, I think, is to do the Tanya Night way. Slightly salt your food all year long. Slightly. Don't worry about sodium loading or any of that shit. It's there. It's there already. And then maybe the day before and the Friday before, let's say, maybe about 5 o'clock in the afternoon, you stop that shit. I'm telling you right now, by the next day, you're going to be like, holy fuck, it's fucking gone. Because you don't want to do drastic shit and then other drastic shit and then walk around. It's not good. You're going to be flat. This will fill you out and will get rid of the water. It's good. Try it, you know. All right. Listen, from my experience, it works. And damn goddamn, it worked with Tanya Knight and fucking Vinny Comerford with the lick and the salt. Swore that he filled up, and I tell you what, I've had guys do it, and it does. It does work. I used orange sherbet myself. I'm not even a big fan of orange sherbet. I don't like the way it tastes as much. I'm not a fucking orange fucking kind of guy, but it worked. Because the thickness of the syrup, okay, got in you. Because your body's like fucking, you know, the whole carb depletion thing's another story. That's a different question. Okay, the whole carb depletion thing's a different story. So your body's so carb depleted that once it sees that sugar, it pulls it like this. And there's something about the sodium, which actually I think gets pulled into them because you get fuller. Anyway, and you got to pump. He would pump up before a show, Vinny Comerford, and he would look like a monster. His fucking muscles would be so full. And he swore it was licking the sodium, and it was on his finger, on his hand. All right, next question. LS 121764. So I guess that's a date. Could that possibly be 12/17/1964? Don't know. But anyway, LS 121764 wants to know. On the last video, you talked a little bit about sex drive. You talked a little bit. I'm in my 50s, and my sex drive is low. And when I come, it's very small. Okay, good to know that. What is shpakim? Okay? Release the hostages. You release the hostages means to come. I'm on TRT and estrogen blocker electro, but it's not helping. Any advice? Okay, any advice? All right. Well, you know, it's hard. When you get over 50 and you start getting in your mid-50s and you're 60, like me, and my girlfriend is, 33 years old. I've been with her since she's, 17, 18, so I've been with her a long time. And she's Spanish, bro, and she fucking, that bitch wants to have sex every fucking night. So, the fucking, you know what I mean? The little Pee Wee Herman down there fucking, well, mine's not a Pee Wee Herman because, I'm Italian, bro, and I got the big fucking nose, so I got the sausage. But still, he don't want to fucking always work right, you understand? Sometimes he wants to be a Pee Wee Herman instead of being a fucking, General MacArthur there. Fucking, okay? You guys don't know what I'm talking about, you're too young. Alright, listen to me. You gotta understand something. When we get older, even at TRT, if you're on TRT, that helps with the mind, the libido, okay? So that should help your sex drive. He's saying he's on Letro, which could also be a big problem, all right? Because, dude, letrozole is such a strong, it's an estrogen assassin. It assassinates estrogen, which some of you want, some of us want, but you gotta have some estrogen. I think I told you in the last thing. Let me see if there has to be a balance. Just because you have testosterone way the fuck up here, and your estrogen is right down here, doesn't mean that you're gonna have a sex drive. It doesn't mean that. I think I tried to explain it to you guys before. It doesn't mean that. There has to be a balance. Believe it or not, estrogen is needed to have sex drive. Okay? Now, too much estrogen, you're fucked. Then you're gonna have problems. But you need some estrogen to have sex drive. Now, can you take, like Clomid will help you, like, a little bit more with the sperm and produce more sperm and everything. But the sex drive and the ability to get an erection, I mean, obviously there's Viagra and things like that. I like Cialis. But, those things can help you. But he's saying here his sex drive is low and the amount that he shpakims, releasing the hostages. levels, you know, is small. Okay, dude, you're fucking in your 50s. I'm 60. I don't come fucking buckets like I used to. You understand what I'm saying? It doesn't happen. It's not, you know, it's not easy for me to tell you how to, I mean, you know, you can read on the internet and they'll tell you, take more zinc with vitamin C. Oh, come on, give me a fucking break. They ain't gonna do shit. You understand what I'm saying? You know that and I know that. You can take flower pollen extract, which is like, you know, shit like Ogoplex and other shit. But it'll help you a teeny little bit, maybe. A little bit will help you, but not much. Alright? I think you have to watch your estrogen levels. I think maybe they're a little bit too low. You gotta let the estrogen come back. You can take stuff like a Cabergoline or Parmy or whatever that shit is. You could take that stuff to stop your prolactin. Okay? There's a few little things that you could do. You know, they do treat men in potency a little bit with Caber, but you'd have to have a prolactin problem. If you don't have a prolactin problem, then more than likely, it's not going to do too much, bro. You understand? The other thing is, it might be your estrogen. The other thing is, I know that, I'm going to tell you a little thing I noticed, okay, is, I sometimes, because I'm fucking nuts and I'm hyper, sometimes I take trazodone, alright, to go to sleep, alright, it helps. It's non-addictive, it's an actual good fucking sleeping, drug. And if you're on any kind of that shit, I tell you right now, a half of trazodone, I'm very sensitive to shit, a half of trazodone will actually make my dick hard, but will actually work like Viagra to me. And when you wake up in the morning, you wake up with a morning boner. You know what I'm saying? You're fucking like this. You know? You're like a flagpole in the morning. And it's a good thing, you know? Because then I gotta give it to fucking girlfriend. Sometimes she'll ride that shit like, you know, like fucking Paul Revere and shit on a fucking whore, you know. But, actually, I don't like that too much because I don't like to be, I feel like a bitch when a girl's sitting on top. I like to fucking hammer away the other way. But, you know, like missionary or get that ass in the air, baby. But, yeah, trazodone helps me a little bit. It'll bring me back. It give me a little bit of... My sex drive's fine, though. The drive is fine. The ability to get the, you know, the heart on it. Sometimes that takes work. But the other thing I've told you before is if you masturbate or ejaculate every day, however you need to do it, you have to ejaculate every day because that will also increase a little bit of sperm. Your body will feel the need to keep making sperm because you're keeping it active. Okay, as men, as we get older, we're on this earth to procreate. We're here to, you know, make fucking babies and then bye-bye. You know what I'm saying? So as you get older, there's no need, your body believes there's no need to fucking produce sperm, so it doesn't produce as much, you know, fucking, you know, the hostages are not, you know, we don't have as many hostages in there. Do you understand what I'm saying? So the only way to trick your body is to ejaculate on a regular basis. I tell guys, Dr. Coker, Carlin Coker, who I grew up with, one of my best friends, is a brother to me. He used to tell me all the time, dude, you have to ejaculate every day. I don't give a shit, jerk off every day. You know, the more you come, the more your body's going to feel the need to make come. You understand what I'm saying? And the ability, you keep that erection going, and you will trick your body. If you get an old man who's like, when he's sex fiends, is fucking jerking off all day, all night, he could be 80 years old and he still gets a hard on. Okay, but because we fuck around with drugs, meaning testosterone, electrogyls, and other shit, that shit throws your fucking chemistry off. Okay, so your shit's not always fucking right. You understand what I'm saying? Even though to you, well, my testosterone's higher because I'm taking, you know, my test levels are higher because I'm taking like TRT. You know, I'm fucking taking anti-estrogen, so I'm not letting the estrogen go back. But that's not normal, though. Do you understand? You're still fucking, your levels are fucked up. All right? So there's a lot of things involved in that, LS. You know what I'm saying? I think that what you should try to do is try to do away with the fucking letro a little bit. Try to fucking, you know, release the hostages every fucking day if you can. Alright? I do believe, like, if you're taking anything like to sleep, try a trazodone at night. Even if you don't need it, you know, a little bit will actually help you wake up with morning boners. There's not much more you can do. I'm a firm believer in the use it or lose it thing. I think that if you start ejaculating every day, force yourself. Even if you got dead fucking shit down there, you force it. You make it happen, bro. You just got to do it until eventually that brings shit back for you. And it will make, use it or lose it. It's just like bodybuilding. You could be the biggest guy if you took, I always tell you, if you take Big Ramy and you throw him on a fucking desert island where you can't lift weights, you come back and you're going to look like Pee Wee Herman. I'm sorry. Okay. I know some of you guys like that, so I got to do that. But it's the truth, right? And why? Why would he look like Pee Wee Herman? Why can't he stay jacked? Because he's not lifting weights anymore. He's not working his. There's no need for that. Look at fucking whatever his fucking name is there. There's a lot of bodybuilders that were super jacked. Tom Prince, fucking Dennis Wolf is who I was thinking of. Okay, who recently stopped fucking, retired. Now he's fucking small. You walk right by, you would never know he ever lifted a weight. Why? Because, well, it's the same thing with your dick, bro. Use it or lose it. So if you're not fucking ejaculating on a regular basis, as you get older, that shit's going to go bye-bye. You understand? Listen, I hope that helps. I don't recommend doing too much test or throwing other drugs in, because what happens is you're throwing your fucking chemicals off, man. You're throwing your hormones off. You already are by just taking test and letro. Do you understand? I have friends that don't do any of that shit, and their sex drives are fine, and at my age, the only difference is their wife's got a big fucking 3-car garage for an ass. My friend always tells me, dude, 3-car garage. Her ass is the size of a 3-car garage. Who wants to fuck that? See, my girlfriend's got a little fucking catcher's bed still. And it better stay like that, or she's done. Anyway, alright. Next question. Mike Bromeo wants to know. Bromeo. Like Romeo, but Bromeo. Wants to know, what side effects did you experience on all those vitamins? He means the juice. Acne, hair loss, hair gain, libido loss, etc. Okay, we just talked about the libido thing. But he's not talking about it as an older guy now. I think he's talking about when I was in the middle of doing so much shit. You know what I'm saying? I was fucking God fucking Zilla on that shit. I think he's asking me like what side effects I got when I was on heavy shit. I never got acne, okay? And I didn't get bitch tits, and I didn't really get ball shrinkage. A lot of that happens when you're younger guys. Don't ask me why. And also with the bitch tits, I just want to say something about bitch tits. Guys who have naturally big areolas already, bigger than most guys. Like I had little tiny, like smaller than a dime. You know what I mean? So my areola, I didn't really, but guys who have naturally big, they got like fucking a little bit big, like quarters or fucking 50-cent pieces there. Those fucking guys that have that naturally seem to get bitch tits easier. It's weird, okay? Everybody's different. There's some guys that never get, I don't get bitch tits like that, and I don't get, I didn't get any acne. I get the hair loss accelerated, but I still have hair up there, okay? And no, you fucking idiots that say, what are you putting superpose? Dude, I'm not Palumbo. I do sometimes call it the gray, you know what I mean? The gray. But that's my hair, bro. Those aren't hair fucking micro, whatever that shit is, and it's not those, what do you call it, the tattooed shit, That's not me, bro. You got the wrong guy. And that's Dave. But anyway, I didn't get really, I accelerated my hair loss, definitely. I didn't get any zits. What was the other question you asked me? What was the other part? Hair gain. A little teeny bit of light hair. You get a little bit on your upper shoulders, a little bit, not much. Your back, like a little bit. Some guys like Jay Cutler, they got to shave their back. You ever see Jay Cutler, his girlfriend, who was a hot piece of ass, the little Mexican he was dating? Dude, I got to do great, bro. Latinas, that's my favorite flavor. If they shave that fucking back, holy Christ. But anyway, I didn't get really that. What else they say? Acne, hair loss, libido loss. I didn't get libido loss. I was, because I was younger too, though. I was on so much shit. I've been banging, my girl and other girls before that. I have a thing about younger girls. You know what I'm saying? So that make anybody's libido stay there. I didn't have really any problems. I didn't have ball shrinkage. Some guys' nuts get like the size like that, little fucking jelly beans and shit. I didn't get that, bro. I got fucking hard-boiled eggs down there, plums. I still got that. They're still pretty big. But that's a genetic thing. It depends on you. There's some guys I know. I have a friend that got acne from top of his head to the bottom of his feet. You know what I mean? It was unbelievable. He didn't have this much space on his body, especially on his body. Not so much his face, but on his body, his back, holy Christ, bro. It was a mayonnaise farm back there, So everybody's different. You gotta try shit yourself, I mean, I just noticed that the one thing that definitely I feel is definitely younger guys, you start young. I'm talking about like under 21 years old. You start that shit. You know, even over 20, anything under 25 is not good. But, you know, when you're like teenager and you start taking shit, your bitch tits seem to just come back up because your hormones are so fucking, they're still trying to come naturally, so they're going to shoot the estrogen naturally too, because you're putting in testosterone, and you ain't putting in all this testosterone, it's going to shoot the estrogen through the ceiling. You know what I mean? So young guys seem to be a little bit more prone to bitch tits. Doesn't mean it can't happen to older guys. It just seems that way. And guys with that fucking big areola naturally. Some guys got big fucking, you know, big nipple, you know, naturally. You know what I mean? They got some of them even have heavy chest, like, you know, muscular chest, like big chest naturally, or big fatty pec naturally, and they get a fucking big areola. That fucking shit, you get, you know, bitch tits right away. Everybody's different. That doesn't mean you could have a little areola size of a dime or less. That doesn't mean that you can't get a bitch tit. I'm just saying it just seems to be the school of thought. That's the way that works. Alright, I already talked about the libido and everything else. So let's go to the next question. Tough Turf 23. I'm an MMA fighter and I want to gain muscle. What can I do to get bigger without putting on too much weight? Well, listen, bro. Listen to me. I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of guys don't want to hear this. But guys, unless you're naturally built, okay, and you got a lot of muscle on you. Like I had a lot of muscle on me naturally. Unless you're naturally built, if you go from like skinny guy or whatever, and you start putting on a lot of mass, you know, it could be lean mass, but it's also going to slow you down. It's not going to be, MMA and getting big muscles don't go together. I mean, you look at your best MMA, Khabib, you know, Conor McGregor, Street Jesus there, you know, Jorge Masvidal, the Diaz brothers, those guys would kill anybody, any bodybuilder. There's no bodybuilder who even stand a chance against them guys. And yet, none of them are really fucking built. You understand what I'm saying? Now, of course, you could try to tell me about Yoel Romero and all that stuff, but he was also naturally, you know, he's Cuban. You know what I mean? Joe Rogan said he's got a fucking 12-inch dick. You know what I mean? I don't know how Joe Rogan knows that, but hey, listen, as Joe Rogan said it once. You know, he's got that heavy muscle naturally. You know, did he fuck around with anabolics? Maybe he did. Okay? But that doesn't mean he's going to win. Look at all the big guys. You know, you beat some of these guys, let them get gassed out. It's what happened to Mariusz Pudzianowski, world's strongest man, right? Because in there, first 2-3 guys he fought were scared shit of him, and they were nobody, so he beat the shit out of them. But this he fights Tim Silva, who had no build at all. Looks on the street, you'd be like, that guy's going to kill that guy. And then Tim Silva knocked him out. Okay, so what I'm fucking trying to tell you, okay, beat the shit out of him. What I'm trying to tell you is this. Big muscles don't equate, are not good for MMA. They're not good for MMA. My daughter's a fucking MMA fighter. You know, my daughter's a jiu-jitsu. We used to be bare knuckle jiu-jitsu and Muay Thai. My daughter, forget about it. You know what I mean? And she's a little thick now, beefy and shit. She'll kick your fucking head off. But the thing, it will choke you the fuck out. But the thing is this. Unless it's natural to you. Like when you see these guys like Big Country and guys like that who fucking, you know, kind of chunky and fat and shit, and they're still kicking guys' ass because it's natural to them. That's their natural body. But when you change your body structure, okay, it's like if you started getting, if you took Nick Diaz or Nate Diaz, who's got like a concave chest, all right there, motherfucker, I'll kick your fucking ass. You see that fucking guy, right? And you start hitting him with some shits, give him some testosterone, some tren. You put him in the gym all day, all night, you fucking make him gain like 20, 30 pounds, and now he's jacked and shit. He would get gassed like this, okay? And he probably wouldn't, believe it or not, his strength, dude, your strength in punching doesn't come from big arms. You're out of your fucking mind if you believe that. That's not going to help you. You understand? Because John Bones Jones is considered the baddest dude alive. All right? Anderson Silva. Those guys don't have any muscle. As a matter of fact, their arms are skinny. But you know what they'll do to you? It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with the way the punches are thrown. It's just like guys in baseball. Okay? You can't get a guy with a big arm who's going to fucking throw fat. No, dude. These guys that throw 103 mile an hour have a whip like this. It's the same thing with a punch. You know? I'm just telling you. MMA, I'm not saying don't lift weights. Get your strength, but do it slow. Do it very, very slow. Eat good, work out correctly, and follow your MMA trainer. But don't train like a bodybuilder because it's not going to help. It's going to go the opposite way. I'm just going to tell you that. I'm just going to tell you that. I'm just being honest with you. Okay, Phil Baroni was a bodybuilder before he was an MMA fighter. If you saw him as a bodybuilder, he was jacked and built really well. He toned it down to be an MMA fighter. Okay, Mariusz Pudzianowski had to lose like 50 pounds or so. Just to, he even said it, dude. I realized after Tim Silva kicked his ass and somebody else kicked his ass, he realized, oh, dude, I have to lose weight now. You know, it's different when he was in jail knocking dudes out because he was just, you know, he had skill, he could fight and everything. But now you're fighting skilled fighters who could have no build at all. No build at all. Okay? Doesn't matter. They'll fuck you, an Anderson Silva skinny fucking guy like that with them long skinny legs, or a fucking John Bones Jones skinny long hair, fucking kill you, bro. Kill you. Go fight Conor McGregor. What's your buck 55, buck 60, buck 75? You're a big jack bodybuilder. You know what he do to you? 2 seconds, you'll be on the ground, knocked out. Just telling you. Khabib? Dude, you see Khabib, he shaved that beard and you see him on the street. He's a little guy like this. What's he weigh? 155, whatever the fuck he is. He'll kill you. You wouldn't even stay. Dude, he could probably, if you had a gun, he'd probably take it out of your hand, snap your fucking neck, and you'd be done. So, don't try to bodybuild, okay? Train accordingly. I'm not, look, guys, I'm a bodybuilder. And this is what I do, all right? This is what I've been doing for fucking before you were born. So, I'm not an MMA trainer. Okay, I can tell you how to build strength, you know, and you build strength, but don't go crazy and don't bodybuild. All right, keep your muscles sharp and keep them strong. Other than that, I wouldn't try to put on size and start really. I would maybe lean out a little bit. I would maybe exchange some muscle for fat by, you know, try to eat better. The only way to do that is eat better and train, you know, train clean, you know. But don't go crazy. Don't try to bodybuild because it's not going to help your MMA. It's not going to do it. I'm sorry. There's some of you don't want to hear that. It's no way, you know. You see Big Ramy coming in a room and you think, oh my God, dude, he'll kill you. Oh, I wouldn't want to fight him. Bullshit. These guys would go pink like this and he'd be out like this. Now, you don't want to know about that. You want to hear that. And there are some big guys you may say, I know, my friend's 300 pounds. He could fight like you would. Yeah, he's also a heavyweight. Put him in the ring with John Bones Jones. And John Bones Jones would be riding him like squeal like a hog. You know what I mean? Like in a movie fucking Deliverance. Smacking him in the ass. Okay? Trust me. Anybody could be a badass motherfucker, knock dudes out and shit like that. But give them 20 seconds into the fight when they're like this. I seen it. I seen it in my own 2 eyes, bro. So watch him sit. Then watch what happens. Gabish. For the first half a minute, anybody could be a tough guy. You know? That's what happens. But these MMA fighters could fight 5 fucking rounds in 5 minutes and not even breathe heavy. You're done. You're a bodybuilder. You're up there, all big muscles, and you're out of breath fucking doing most musculars on stage and fucking double biceps, and you're like this. You know what they're going to do to you? So, listen. Simmer down. Don't be mad at me. Relax. I'm not putting down bodybuilders. But you can't mix bodybuilders with MMA. It's 2 different things. One's, you know, a showpiece. You know, you got nice muscles. You look good, you know. Doesn't mean you can't fight. But you ain't going to fight no MMA guy. Because the best guys in MMA are not jacked. Sorry. None of them look like bodybuilders. None of them. The greatest, Anderson Silva. Okay? Fucking John Bones Jones. You know, Conor McGregor. Fucking, dude, Khabib. Khabib might be the greatest fighter ever. Okay? There's all of these guys. All of them. The Diaz brothers, who I love, who are fucking sick animals. Street Jesus, who didn't care. He would fight anybody. He doesn't give a shit. None of those guys, was Jorge Masvidal. None of those guys are jacked. None of them. As a matter of fact, Conor McGregor's had come out and said many times, and so has the Diaz brothers, but he's come out many times and says, I love to fight bodybuilders. I love it. I love it. Bring it. Bring it. Watch what I do to them. You ever watch? Google this. Russian powerlifter champion killed in a street fight by just this little MMA guy. Half his height, half his weight, got you a kick in the head, killed him. Okay? And this was a Russian, I'll rip out your neck and shit down the hole. You know, this is one of those big monsters. Powerlifter. Google it. They have the fight. They show, because there was outside cameras. And they videotaped it. It was outside a nightclub. Both ripped off their shirt, and powerlifter looked, you'd say, dude, he's going to kill that fucking guy. And the little guy's there, and he's just fucking standing there, and he just did this, and that was it. Over that fast. So, who asked me that question? Tough Turf 23. Tough Turf. Diet, eat good food, train, talk to your trainer, okay? That's what they do. They're MMA trainers. Let them tell you what to do. But don't bodybuild. Because putting on a lot of size is going to make you fucking... It's not going to help you. There you go. Alright, guys. That's it. Alright? Listen to me. I love you guys, bro. What did we learn? Okay, we learned about sodium loading. I say put a little sodium in your food all year long. Look, that much in the water. The smallest little drop. You won't even notice it. You won't taste it, but it's there. Okay? And then you cut it out maybe the Friday before, maybe in the afternoon a little bit. Or some even in the evening. You gotta fucking see how your body reacts first and watch what happens. Alright, but don't do that sodium loading 2 weeks before you start salting everything you eat. That's no good. Slight. All year long. Alright? What else? What else did we learn? We learned about sex drive. We learned that if you're on a lot of steroids, and you take, if you're over 50, and you're taking TRT, and then you're taking estrogen blockers, and all this other bullshit, like letrozole, which is an estrogen assassin, you want your estrogen levels have to be there. It's not about having this much testosterone and having this much estrogen. That's not going to help you. There has to be a balance there, number one. Number two, if you want to if you're on a sleeping pill, because a lot of times you take sleeping pills, that shit will kill your dick too. Or I don't take anxiety medicine, but if you're on anxiety medicine, that's a dick killer. Try trazodone. A little half of trazodone at night before you go to bed. You'll wake up with a fucking, like this. Alright? And masturbate. Or fucking ejaculate. You need to ejaculate every day. Or close to every day. If you miss a day or two, it's alright. But if you talk to experts, if you even Google this shit, they'll tell you should ejaculate at least 22 days out of the month. Fuck that. I'll try to ejaculate every day if possible. Okay? Because it helps. Use it or lose it. As you get older. You young guys, you don't have to worry about that. This is not for you young guys. This guy's asking me, LS1, 12, 17, 8, 64 is asking me, for older guys. So you older guys, use it or lose it. Okay, just like muscle. If you don't stop training and all that shit, eventually your muscles are going to shrink. Well, same thing with your sex drive and your Bisha Ligad there. You got to release the hostages. Try to release the hostages at least like that. I'll wake up with a fucking kickstand in the morning. You know what a kickstand is? When you lay on your side, your dick is so hard, it's like a kickstand. Like on a bicycle, a kickstand. Wake up with a morning kickstand. All right. You could try all that zinc and vitamin C, like horny goat weed and all that shit. Nothing beats this. Look. Release them hostages. Wake up with a kickstand. Alright, so there you go. What else did we learn? Mike Banero, effects on the signing. Okay, what were the effects? Everybody's different. When you get to, when you're on a lot of steroids, everybody's different. Not everybody has the same effects. I didn't really get those effects. Okay, I got a little bit of the hair loss because that was already going to happen. There's plenty of bodybuilders out there with thick heads of hair. Okay, Rich Gaspari's got a thick crop of hair. There's a lot of guys who say, even Ferrigno, that fucking Momo, has a big thick head of hair. There's a lot of guys who have thick heads of hair. It has nothing to do with didn't affect them. Then there's other guys, the minute they go on steroids, they lose all their hair. Okay, some guys get bitched at, some guys get ball shrinkage, some guys get acne. I didn't really get any of those things. Okay, but I also genetically, I was lucky, I was naturally built, blah, 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 and I do believe that guys with bigger naturally, have a little bit of a chest already, but not lean, but, some guys are kind of like hulky a little bit, and they kind of have a fat, but it's a little fatty, but it's big chest, and then you got that areola, that fucking areola like this. Those kind of guys usually seem to get bitched at Caesar. It's not science, bro. It's Momo science. And in MMA, what we just discussed, you want to train, you should talk to an MMA trainer and let him tell you just what to do. I recommend a good diet to so you get muscular and everything like that. You could put on a little bit of muscle, swap in if you got a little bit of loose fucking, grizzle on the gut, okay? But I don't recommend bodybuilding. Do not mix bodybuilding with MMA because it's not going to help you. On the contrary, you're going to get knocked out, okay? It's not rocket science here, guys. It's not bro science. It's Momo science. All right? I talk to you from experience. I'm not talking to you because I read it on the internet. You know what I mean? Because you could read on the internet, cooking chicken without the skin helps. But cooking chicken with the skin is much better. Cooking chicken, don't eat chicken at all. I mean, it's whatever. There's 100. Who do I? It's like this. Who do I listen to? Listen to you. Try the shit I told you. It's trial and error. Try the shit I told you. See what works right for you, because you're not the same as me. You're not the same as Arnold. If that was the case, I could say, look, here's Arnold's fucking routine. This is what Arnold did, okay? This is what Arnold did right here. So you could do set for set, rep for rep, exercise for exercise that Arnold did, and say, dude, I didn't even get anything from that. And that's his exact routine. That's because that's right for Arnold. It's not right for you. Everybody's different. Capiche? Got that? Trial and error. There you go. Instinctive training. Instinctive for you. You understand that, right? Alright. I could lead a horse to water, but I can't make him drink. You capiche? So. Alright, there you go. Listen, guys. We're going to get into shit and talk of smack, so you watch Talk of Smack. Don't forget, though, this is Chaos Nutrition here. So if you want to support if you like these videos, support. Please, leave your fucking questions down there. Write some questions up for me. If you don't like these questions, say, these are lame questions. I think they're pretty good, but if you don't like them, fucking put your own questions down. Ask me whatever you want, and I'll do the best I can to answer it. Alright? This is what I can do. If you don't like the question, fucking put your comments. I want to hear what you think about this shit. But I want to know what you want to do, what your questions are. Come up with some good shit, man. Ask me anything, I'll fucking tell you. I don't give a shit, you know? Alright. ChaosNutrition.com. Support them fucking guys, bro. See what they got. See all their products. I don't even know the products. They sponsor us, so, you know. And I do know I like those guys. I think I've met the Godfather there, Chaos, okay? And they're good guys, alright? And I like what he's doing with the whole, took the fun that Piana had in 5% and he brought it to Chaos. They're all the same guys. Big Franks, they're all the guys that were with Piana. Okay? They're all now with Chaos. They're the ones who started Chaos. The Godfather of Chaos was one of Rich Piana's boys. Gabish? Alright. What's with the clapping? I got the clap. Alright. Be good to your girls, guys. You know, be good to your kids. Pay the child support. Be good to your significant other. I don't give a shit what your spin is. If you're gay, be good to your guy or a girl or whatever the fuck it is. Alright? Don't be a fucking momo and not pay your child support. You're already a fucking momo. Don't be a fucko. Alright? Thanks for being here. We're going to do more. Leave your questions. Okay? Don't bitch. Do not bitch. Don't bitch. If you don't fucking like the questions and you're not asking the questions, alright? I will answer whatever you want to. I don't care the deepest shit about steroids. I don't give a shit what you want to talk about. Butt fucking, whatever you want to talk about, write it down. Alright? Alright. Not fucking around. Alright? Wait to hear my talking smack. Alright. Fuck off.